Hi friends, welcome to Friday Fundamentals. I'm a few minutes late because of a couple of things. And I just forgot I need to have these in. Okay, so that should be a lot better. So I have a big thank you to go out to my friend Tara. She messaged me last week and she said, "Hey, great live, but there was some kind of background noise." So we couldn't figure it out. And like nothing was on in my house, no fans. It was silent like it is now. So I did some research and it turns out that these iPhones, there's an internal microphone that is only for Facebook Lives. Well, live in general. And they burn out. So you wouldn't notice it if you were recording a video or talking on FaceTime or video messenger. It's only on live. So got that figured out. Got my AirPods and we're good to go. So if you guys can hear me, please give me some thumbs up and let me know because this is my very first time using these to do this. But I want to make sure that you guys can hear me okay. So I'm going to wait just a minute because I don't want to start and then have somebody tell me it's awful. And thumbs up, anybody? And then I'm also trying, you guys are my guinea pigs today, sorry. I'm also trying to use a tablet so I can see your comments better because I am really old and my vision is not the best. So I'm doing all these techie things right now that I just don't even know. There's the boss video. I don't know what I'm doing. Here I am. Oh, wow, look at me. Okay, I'm going to turn it this way. So anyhow, that's what it is. I'm sorry for laughing. So Pam comes on and she says, I was watching the old one and I could not figure out why. So I'm sorry that you were confused. So I think you know what? I think you guys, I think I have it. And I think we're good to go. So perfect. Yay. So we're going to talk today about gilding waxes because last week I said, let's do this every week. Emphasis on fun, not so much on the mental, even though it's been one of those days today. And I said, if there's something you guys want me to cover, please let me know. And my friend Pam, she says, well, I have a love-hate relationship with gilding waxes. Like, I love them, but they hate me. And so I figured that's what we would talk about today. So when I first started using decorative waxes, I used something called a Shiva stick, and I'm sure a lot of you have heard what those are. Oh, good. So my friend Sam says that the video is working great. So good. So Shiva sticks, basically what they are is they're like an oil paint crayon. And you kind of have to peel off the outside dry layer and you can use it just like a crayon. And then you can smudge it and it works really good on like corners and raised edges. And at the time, I was just kind of a newer Dixie Belle retailer. So I don't know, a lot of you guys remember this. The light, anyhow, you probably recognize the container. This is what Dixie Belle's gilding wax used to come in. And they were really hard to open. This one's not so bad, but they dried out really fast. Okay, and they were kind of hard to use. Like when they were brand new, they were amazing. But then after time, if wax got out here, the lid would stick and you would just destroy it. So I started carrying Redesign, and I got their Decor wax, which is amazing. But that's not the end of the story. So I'm using only this. Hi, Tara. I was just talking about you. Um, Tara, tell me if you think this sounds better, because I got some AirPods. I'm like styling now. So in the meantime, I started using this, and I kind of shied more away from this. And Dixie Belle said, listen, people, we hear you. We're taking this off. We want to make it better. So we're discontinuing this. And that's exactly what they did. And they just came out with the new ones. So gilding waxes. Basically, they are wax or solvent-based wax that come in a variety of colors. Yay. Tara says she can hear me just fine. They come in a variety of colors, and they're really, really great for lots and lots of things. Lots of things. And I'm going to show you some of them today. So I'm going to tilt this down a little bit, and I'm going to show you all the different things. We're going to be working with the Decor wax from Redesign, and then quite possibly my new favorite, the Dixie Belle Chameleon waxes. So before I turn that down, I just kind of want to show you. So I'm moving to all different places in my house so that I can find the best spot. But you see how gold that is? That is the Decor wax from Redesign. And it doesn't come off. It's self-sealing. So you don't even need to seal over it. It's amazing. Same thing goes with pretty much all decor waxes, like the rub and buffs and those things. They are self-curing. So you don't ever have to put anything over them. Some of you may remember the redesign that looked like this. It's the same as this. They changed the packaging, which again, I think kind of was an improvement. Don't get me wrong. I really love looking in here and seeing all the loveliness. Okay. But it does have a tendency to dry out. Not as badly as the old Dixie Belle ones did, but it still has a tendency to dry out. It's got this screw-on lid that can also get kind of stuck. And so they decided that they were going to come out with these in the tubes. Doesn't ever dry out. It stays nice and pliable. Now, if you do have one of these, I'm just going to tell you right now, if you do have one of these, including the old Dixie Belle ones, and they've gotten to the point where they're just kind of hard, like you can hear this one rattle, you can mix a little bit of mineral spirits in it, just a few drops, get it mixed up nice and consistent, and then it'll be fine again, okay? So a little tip, don't throw these away if you have them, just mix in some mineral spirits. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to tilt this down so you can kind of watch what I'm doing. You'll be able to hear me. So, but I've got some cool things to show you. There we go. Perfect. Okay, you guys are going to see I have like a whole bunch of stuff here, right? And you just boop like that, and it pops it open. Now, you can use these any way you want. You can use like a little brush. You can use, haha, you guys, I see that we lost almost everyone. I am so sorry about that. My Wi-Fi went down, so I switched it over real quick to cell, and we're back on track, I think. So if you guys can still see me, give me some thumbs up or let me know, because I'm just going to keep going, talking like a lunatic to myself. There's Pam, just came back. I'm going to assume that I'm okay. So we're just going to continue. So anyhow, the redesigned Decor wax. You could, yay, thanks, Sam. Yeah, for some reason my my Wi-Fi went out. And so I thought, oh no, am I gonna have to start over? And I jumped up and I took my phone off of Wi-Fi, and now we're working on cell and we're good. So you can use all sorts of things to apply these. You can use the little brushes. You can use a gloved finger. You can use just your finger. These actually, I've gotten these on my nails, and it looks really great as a nail polish, just girls, in case you wanted to know that. So I'm going to show you what it does on hardware. So my good friend Suzanne, she sent me an entire box of these hardwares. And you can see that like they're pretty, but they're really scuffed and a lot of the gold finish is worn off. And I'm just gonna, guess I'll use this. You guys are gonna see how easy this is, okay? Because let me tell you, this is what I do for all of my hardware. All of my hardware. I used to be the spray paint girl, okay? I used to get my hardware out, drilled holes in some plywood, screw it in there, and spray, spray, spray. I don't even need to do that anymore. Now, I will tell you, this Decor wax from Redesign, it smells really good. So much so that bees like it. So if you're going to be outside, if you're allergic to bees, don't do it outside. But they don't come after you. They just love this wax. So really, I just start getting it on there. I don't know if you got, yeah, you guys can see it. A little bit goes a long way on this, guys, okay? So one of these is going to last you a long time. I'm going to do the center. And you can see I dipped my brush in there just one time. Just one time. And there's a reason I'm doing this one first because I want to show you how well it dries. So I'm hoping that by the time we get through everything else, that it will be nice and dry. And I'm not doing the best job, but I really want to respect your time too. So, all right. So now you can see like the huge difference, right? Look at the middle and the ends I didn't do. All right. And that's as easy as that is. Like done. It's done. Well, right there. It's done. So I'm going to set this aside because you're going to see how fast it sets up if I can talk long enough. And that's just what I do with that. I'm going to wipe this off. And this decor wax comes in a ton of different colors. I mean, not just your standard gold and silver and copper, but it also comes in blues and greens and reds and blacks and grays. And so it's just a really, really nice way to add a pop of detail to your pieces. And like I said, I do this, I use it for all of my hardware. If I need to change the color of my hardware because it's pitted and the finish is off, I use this. Okay. Now, like I said, Dixie Belle pulled their wax line, their decor wax line, not finishing wax. And they said, we hear you. We want to make it better. Hi, Nita. I had to get close my tablet. I'm trying to be techie today and it's just not working. So thanks for tuning in. So Dixie Belle pulled it and said, we hear you. We want to do better for you. And so we're going to reformulate them. We're going to put them in new packaging and they're going to be fantastic. And you know what? They are. And so, now I have two avenues. But I'm going to tell you about my favorite ones from Dixie Belle. Now, I know some of you guys are going to say, okay, well, can we compare these? Like, what's the difference? Basically, they do the same thing. You guys know, if you have followed me for any amount of time, you know that I just shoot straight and I don't sugarcoat anything. So while this smells really good, this does have more of a solvent smell. It's not 100% unpleasant, but I'm really sensitive to smells. So if I had to, like, I wish this smelled like this, to be honest with you. But for what it lacks in beautiful aroma, it makes up for in beautiful detail, okay? So, we've talked about hardware. I want to show you. Gosh, I hope you guys can see this because, so these chameleon waxes, they come in cactus, lilac, and apricot. Now, it's really great to do a carved area and just kind of rub a little gilding wax on there to make it pop and stand out. But did you know that you can do stripes in gilding waxes? Did you know that you can do stenciling in gilding waxes? Sam, you are so sweet. Um, yeah, you can do that. There's so much you can do with, sometimes people will paint a whole piece with gilding waxes, but let's just, whoa, let's just slow down. So anyhow, I really, really like stick and style stencils to do drawer sides. And I did this one in the lilac and the cactus. Now, here is what is amazing about these, my friends. They change color. I know, what wizardry is that? They change color based on what color you're putting them on. So, like I said, it's been a heck of a day, and I was behind on everything. I was even 3 minutes late coming on. So I just grabbed these old sample boards from when, gosh, years and years ago. The reason I did is because they're different colors. And I wanted to show you, my friends, what happens when you put these waxes on different colors. I was testing mediums for this one for raised stenciling, and it did okay. It did okay, but not amazing. So I don't mind if we mess this up. So you will notice when I open these that each and every one of them, they all look very similar. And I just know I'm going to break a nail. My friend Carla always gives me grief because I don't bring like the little can opener things with me. That's all right because we have tools. So you can see that, they have a little bit difference in color. You probably cannot. But they look very similar. When we first got this, if you have teenage girls, hide these. Hide these because your daughters are going to want to put them on their skin and then go outside and test how they look in the sunshine. So, I think I will use a glove for this one. And we're going to look at the different colors on different colors so you can see what a big difference they make. So I think I want to go with the lilac, which is this one, lilac. A little tiny bit goes a long way, okay, friends? Of course, nobody calls me until I'm on live. So a little bit goes a long way. You don't want to waste it, but let me tell you, it goes a long way. So we're going to do this lilac on here. Ooh, that's pretty. I really, really hope that you guys can see this because it is fantastic. Okay, so just using my finger on cheap piece of wood. So you can see it there. Now I'm going to use the same color on something light, and you're going to see a huge difference. And I'm going to do it on this side of this one because I want to put them next to each other. And you guys, I'm sorry, you're going to have to sit here and watch me play for a minute. I don't know if this, oh, okay, never mind. I was going to say, I don't know if the screen's going to show up real well on this, but it sure did. Okay. So let me take this off because I don't want to get it everywhere. All right, so you can see that it looks totally different on the white. Well, it's kind of a tan background. On the tan background versus on the dark. And I mean, it's really, really, really pops on dark. Okay. And like if you put it on a green, it's going to lean more towards the green. You can see here that I put it on just wood and it really, really moves well, especially when you go out in the sun or it's in the light and you do this. It's iridescent. It changes colors. The other thing I wanted to show you guys, and then I will be done taking up your time, is stenciling. I do this a lot. Now with this, I'm just gonna use like a stick and style. You know, these are really, really great because if you're using paint, and if you guys want, we can do one on stenciling sometime. But if you're using paint, these stick and styles make it so that you don't have bleed through. It just works really, really well. And they're reusable. So I don't reuse them because I do like jewelry boxes and stuff. But you can see the pattern. And I'm just going to cut off a piece. Now, if you're using them and you want to reuse them, you can just put on a piece of wax paper once you're done using it. See if this will even cut. These are the worst scissors ever. So you can just put on a piece of wax paper. I save all my papers from transfers, and I use those a lot. So you can just put it on, stick it on, and then let me wipe this off. What color should we do? Well, we got to do some cactus because there's leaves, and we're just going to quickly. And you can also do this with your finger, but this is kind of delicate in some areas, and so I kind of have fat fingers, and I don't want to miss the mark. If I did, well, I did on those drawers, and you can't even tell, but you know. So we're just going to do some here. Okay, one more. I won't do the whole thing. I'm going to wipe this off. Now, because these are oil and wax based, friends, it's not like soap and water cleanup. So if you get this, you want to save your brushes or you use one of your nice, good, big brushes, mineral spirits is going to be the way to clean them where you get all of the wax out of it. So I think I'm going to do a little bit in apricot because I haven't used that one yet and I really like the color. And we can see how it looks on this blue. I kind of feel like Bob Ross because when I'm doing this, I start to talk more quiet. Put a happy little flower right here. So these are a really great way to add a little bit of visual interest to something that maybe is flat, or you want a little peekaboo on the side of a drawer. So a little surprise for, your family or your customers if you sell. It's just really cool. So really I could let this dry and do another coat if I wanted, but I don't. I don't want to. I don't mind it being a little bit translucent. And I'm going to use a little bit of the purple here because it really looks good on that. I should have done the purple from the beginning. Okay, let's see what it's going to look like under there. Really great for raised stencils too. I mean, there's just so much that you can do with this. I'll pull it off. Oh, guys, I hope that the light allows you to see this. It's not, is it? I'm going to post pictures in the comments. I will post pictures in the comments. Now I'm wondering if I can turn the light off, if you'll still be able to see me. There, is that better? So there you go. Look at how pretty that is. And it's so easy. It's so easy to do that. So, decor waxes are not just for raised areas. I'm going to lift this up. I am having a very bad day. So they're not just for raised areas. You can create your raised areas. You can add pops of color to sides of drawers like I did with these. Yeah, you can see it way better now that I've turned off that light. And they cure hard. So this one it's been what? Somebody tell me. 12 minutes? 25 minutes? Typically in an hour, they're pretty good. Still a little tacky, a little bit's coming off on my finger, so I'm not going to mess with it too much. But once it dries, it's on there. Like this one, I didn't put any top coat or anything on it. Okay, nothing at all. and nothing is going to come off. And these were darker than that. See, nothing. Still perfect. All right. So, you guys, if you have any questions about it, let me know. I really, really love it so much that I could talk about it all day, but I don't want to take up too much of your time. And I think next week for Friday Fundamentals, we're going to have something fun. We are going to do like a flash Q&A. So if you guys have any questions, anything you guys want me to cover, you can put them in the comments down here. You can show up next week, the same time, 2 p.m. Pacific time, and put them in the comments there, and I might be able to answer your question live. All right, you guys? So thanks for putting up with the hot mess express, as my friend Danelle would say, choo choo. It's been a day. So y'all have a great weekend. See you soon.